What if Hulk was in Demon Slayer? What would this green monster change in the story of Demon Slayer? When we talk about Hulk, we're talking about a completely over-the-top character. Hulk's powers in the comics have no limits, as he is able to survive with his body completely decapitated and separated into parts, and he can regenerate almost instantly whenever he wants. But it's not just his regenerative powers that are amazing, his destructive power is as well. Basically, as Hulk gets angrier, meaning his rage increases, his powers also increase. But will this power be enough for us to defeat Anki Butsuji, the king of the demons? Although he's considered a hero, many times Hulk loses control and has to be stopped by his own friends, meaning the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and even the X-Men. In the World War Hulk arc, after being exiled by the group of heroes called the Illuminati, Hulk returns to Earth seeking revenge and takes down several heroes. And I'm talking about the most powerful ones like Sentry, Cyclops, Colossus, Wolverine, among many others. So would Hulk lose control in the Kimetsu universe and turn against the Demon Slayers? There are many questions with a lot of interesting answers. Hulk's presence will make impactful changes in the story of Demon Slayer. So how did Hulk end up in Demon Slayer? Hulk was fighting alongside the Avengers against Thanos, who used the Infinity Stones to send Hulk across dimensions, taking him to the universe of Demon Slayer. Hulk falls in the middle of the battle between Akaza and Rengoku. Both of them stop their duel when Hulk arrives. Rengoku thinks that Hulk is another demon sent by Muzan. After all, in a world where only strange-looking beings are demons, Rengoku immediately charges at someone as huge and green as Hulk, but his sword instantly breaks against Hulk's tough skin. We should note that there are very few weapons that can hurt Hulk. Not just weapons, but the materials they're made of as well. So, common materials like the Sunstone, which are used to make Nichiren blades, have no effect on Hulk. So, with a single blow, Hulk sends Rengoku flying and knocks him out. The house starts to take an interest in Hulk, seeing him as a worthy opponent in battle. However, it doesn't recognize him as a demon, so in order to fight Hulk, it goes after the green monster, but its attacks don't even tickle Hulk. Its speed, however, although impressive for the Demon Slayers, is not so impressive for Hulk, who has already been able to keep up with heroes and villains moving at hypersonic speeds like Sentry and Thor. So, his blows would be able to hit the house and obliterate the demon's body. However, the demon would keep regenerating. After all, only decapitation with a Nichiren blade can kill a demon. The battle drags on, but the house can't stop Hulk and is held by him until sunrise, meeting its end. Hulk, heading toward the frightened hunters who are ready for battle, transforms into Bruce Banner, his human form. We must remember that Hulk is not just Hulk. Although Hulk erases many of Banner's traits, he still has the scientist's consciousness. After Rengoku wakes up from the supposedly light blow given by Hulk, the hunters take Banner to the Demon Slayer core. There, Banner discusses with the Hashiras and Ubuyashiki a way to return to his universe and help in the fight against Thanos. He gets the answer that it is possible to return to his universe using demon power as long as Muzan doesn't find out. Remember that Banner is a very intelligent scientist, so after learning all the details and rules to defeat the demons, Banner would be more alert in his next fight against the demons. When he volunteered to go to the entertainment district with Uzui and the others after Gyutaro appeared, Hulk would show up in front of Uzui to protect him from the demons' ruthless blood poisons. Here, Hulk would give great support to Tengen in this battle. Hulk could easily handle both demons. But Tanjiro's squad would be the ones to deal with Daki, while Hulk helps Tengen defend himself from Gyutaro's ruthless blood attacks. In the end, the two demons are easily defeated. But Tanjiro didn't awaken his Demon Slayer mark precisely because he didn't meet the conditions to awaken it in the fight against Gyutaro. So, will this ever happen? Look, Tanjiro also damaged his sword in the fight against Daki, upper rank 6. Besides that, Hulk would need weapons with which, along with the others, he could defeat the demons. So, both of them would head to the Swordsmith village. In his human form, Banner would do what Hulk can't, create and build. That's why, with the materials available in the current era, he would, with the help of the swordsmiths, make an armor and a giant sword with the sunstone, so that in his other form, he would be able to defeat any demon. When Tanjiro and Banner talk about his transformation, including the interesting case of Nezuko, the demon who can resist Muzan's control, suddenly the village is attacked. Banner quickly transforms into Hulk and puts on his armor while Muichiro arrives and decapitates Hantengu, causing Rantengo's clones to appear and forcing him out of the room. When the Joy clone launches a powerful blast at Hulk, he doesn't move and quickly smashes the demon with his fists. The claws of the Pleasure clone can't scratch Hulk, and he is also crushed by Muichiro. The Rage clone's lightning bolts have no effect at all on the green monster. The Sadness clone's spear is broken by Hulk's tough skin. The clones are easily crushed by Hulk one after another. With the situation apparently under control, after Tanjiro and Banner decapitate the clones crushed by Hulk, Hulk himself, with a giant leap, runs toward Mutilio, who was fighting Gyoko, the Upper Moon 5. Mutilio tries more ways to destroy Hulk, throwing spikes at the hero, which don't pierce his skin, even trying to poison Hulk's skin with the venom from his destroyed fish. But nothing works. Hulk grabs Gyoko and forcefully rips the Oni's head from his body while being sliced by Mutilio. Back to Tanjiro and the others, Zoro, Zohakuten had appeared and was launching his powerful attacks against the hunters. If you think the wooden dragons would be able to put pressure on Hulk, you're completely mistaken. Hulk has already been able to crack entire continents with his roar of rage, and his punches are capable of destabilizing the crust of an entire planet. He would first obliterate all of Zohakuten's dragons alone and easily. Hulk's power level is beyond that of the Upper Moons. When Tanjiro finally finds the original clone of Rantango and decapitates him, even Nezuko becomes resistant to the sun, and Muzan goes to the Demon Slayer's mansion to absorb her and become the perfect Oni. When Muzan arrives at the Demon Slayer Corps, he sends all the Slayers to the Infinity Castle, including Hulk, in order to put an end to the Demon Slayer Corps once and for all. However, Muzan can observe his demons, and through this he knows what Hulk is capable of. Therefore, together with his two strongest Upper Moons and the two remaining elite members, Muzan faces Hulk head-on, aiming to absorb him and also gain his power. With an epic battle taking place, Kokushibo has his armor shattered just by trying to land a blow on Hulk's body. Doma, the Upper Moon 2, can't even keep Hulk frozen for a second. His cryokinetic attacks end up being useless. Muzan's blows, even in his most powerful form, aren't able to scratch Hulk. When the King of the Demons shapes his body into a giant mouth to swallow and absorb Hulk, even when he manages to surround Hulk, the Oni can't merge with the green monster and can't absorb him, being expelled from Hulk's body. When the Hashiras exterminate Nakimi, the Infinity Castle falls apart, leaving them in a completely open area. This makes Muzan fear the sun's presence and try to flee from Hulk. But he doesn't let Muzan escape, and even though he tries to decapitate him with his giant Nichirin, Muzan can only be exterminated by sunlight. Then, he grabs Muzan's body and turning his body into a ball of flesh, throws it into the sky with all his strength, making the King of the Demons reach a point where the sunlight can hit his body, exterminating him completely. With Muzan's end, his demons are also exterminated. In the end, the Avengers manage to bring Hulk back to his universe after Thanos' defeat. And this story ends here. Write in the comments which character should appear next in Kimetsu no Yaiba. Watch this video right here, I guarantee you won't regret it. And if you want to see more insane theories, check out this playlist right here. I guarantee your mind will be blown. I'll see you there, otaku.